Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Rahul Pethe. In the IoT lecture series, we are very much aware about the processor, and the processors are start from a microprocessor, microcontroller, and then it is a series of a processor. Different processors are available, so we will start with the definition of microprocessor. The microprocessor incorporate most or all of the function of a computer central processing unit on a single integrated IC. In other words, we can say a microprocessor is an electronics component that is used by computer to do its work. It is a central processing unit on a single integrated circuit chip containing millions of very small components including transistor, resistor and diode that works together. Some microprocessor in the 20th century required several chips. Microprocessor helps to do everything from controlling elevators to searching the web. Everything a computer does it described by instruction of computer program, and microprocessor carry out these instructions many millions of time in a second. तो हम अगर देखते हैं कि माइक्रोप्रोसेसर के बारे में, माइक्रोप्रोसेसर इन्वेंटेड इन 1917 फॉर द यूज इन एम्बेडेड सिस्टम। 1970 में इसका इन्वेंशन किया गया था। द मेजॉरिटी आर स्टिल यूज दैट वे इन सच थिंग एज अ मोबाइल फोन्स, कार, मिलिट्री weapons and home appliances. Some microprocessors are microcontrollers, so small and inexpensive that they are used to control very small product like flashlight and greeting cards that play music when it open. So this is a part of microprocessor. माइक्रोप्रोसेसर एक सिंपल चिप है जो कि आपके कंप्यूटर में भी होती है, या तो फिर अगर हम कोई हार्डवेयर डिवाइस डिजाइन करना चाहते हैं तो हमें एक सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट जिसको हम माइक्रो प्रोसेसर कहते हैं, जिसके एडवांस वर्जन को हम माइक्रो कंट्रोलर कहेंगे, इस तरीके से उसका इन्वेंशन किया गया है जिसके थ्रू हम इनपुट और आउटपुट का प्रॉपर तरीके से प्रोसेसिंग कर सकते हैं. So a microprocessor generally requires external component to implement program memory, RAM memory and input. It means microprocessor को एक एक्सटर्नल कंपोनेंट की जरूरत होती है ऑपरेशंस परफॉर्म करने के लिए. जब भी माइक्रोप्रोसेसर फंक्शन परफॉर्म करता है तो उसको प्रोग्राम मेमोरी, रैम मेमोरी एंड इनपुट आउटपुट, ये चार चीजों की बहुत जरूरत होती है. Like other central processing unit, microprocessor use three steps commonly called fetch, decode, and execute. In the fetch step, an instruction is copied from the computer memory into the microprocessor. In the decode step, the microprocessor figure out what operation the instruction is meant to do. In the execute step, the operation is performed. So different computer can have the different logic, and in the same way we require the instruction set. An instruction set or instruction set architecture is the list of all the components with all their variation that a processor can execute. Instruction set includes arithmetic such as addition, subtraction, logic operations instructions such as and or not, data operation instructions such as move, input, output, load, store, control flow instructions such as go to, into, if, go, call and return instruction. So the instruction set architecture is a part of a coding language, numerics codes, and it is nothing but a part of your part of assembling language, compiler and interpreter. So the instruction set and the microprocessor is invented in the series of 8085, 8086, then Intel 186, 80186, Intel 80188, Intel 80386 are the example of microprocessor. which is designed or developed by using a Texas Instrument, Intel, and AMD. So as per the block diagram of microprocessor, we have a CPU unit, then we have a clock period, and then we require a power supply, and then we require a particularly input output device, and then memory and external part that are nothing but a part of your a microprocessor. We can say that a microprocessor needs many other external chip and part to make a workable computer represented in a dotted line. So that we can show in the dotted line. So as per the diagram, what we have input device, output device, then that is ALU is a part of your CPU, then control unit, and then we have register array, and then input output device and memory. The microprocessor consists of these three, that is nothing but your ALU, control unit, logic operations on the data received from an instruction, and flow of data. This is the part of your microcontroller. So we required a simple general purpose register and special purpose register, and this general purpose register and the set special purpose register can perform their operation. So as per the evolution of microprocessor, first generation is a 4-bit microprocessor. The first generation microprocessor were introduced in the year of 1971 to 1972 by Intel Corporation. It was named as Intel 4004 since it was a 4-bit microprocessor. It was a processor on a single chip. It could perform simple arithmetic and logical operations such as addition, subtraction, Boolean OR, and Boolean OR. Then we have a second generation 8-bit microprocessor. The second generation microprocessor were introduced in 1973 again by Intel. It was a 8-bit microprocessor which could perform arithmetic and logical operation on 8-bit word. It was Intel 8008, and another improved version is nothing but your 8088. Third generation is nothing but your 16-bit of microprocessor. The third generation microprocessor introduced in 1978 was represented by Intel 8086, and the different 8080 series of microprocessor, Zilog Z800, then and 80286, which were 16-bit microprocessor with a performance like microcomputer. Then as per the evolution of microcontroller, we have a 32-bit microprocessor, and again it is designed by Intel, and this is nothing but a part of your microcontroller, and this is nothing but introduce the 32-bit microcontroller or microprocessor. But the most popular one is the Intel 80386. Fifth generation is 64-bit microprocessor. From 1995 to now, we are the fifth generation. After 80856, Intel came out with a new processor, namely Pentium processor, followed by Pentium Pro CPU, which allows multiple CPU in a single system to achieve multiprocessing. Other improved 64-bit are Celeron, Dual, quadcopter, octa-core, and other processor. So this is the way, this is the particular evolution of microprocessor, and this is the basic terms which is required for the microprocessor. It means in nothing but your instruction set, we have internal bus, we have an instruction per cycle, then clock speed, then bandwidth, word length, data rate. These are the main basic instructions or the details required for the microprocessor, basic terms for the microprocessor. Feature of a microprocessor are nothing but your low cost, high speed, small size, versatile, low power consumptions, less heat generation, reliable, and portable. So this is all about the microprocessor, which is a part of your IoT, but nowadays we are going to use a microcontroller. Now about the microcontroller, what about the microcontroller? A microcontroller, sometimes abbreviated that MUC, that is MCU, and in the Google Dictionary, there are multiple definitions of microcontroller, and we can see one by one. The few one are, we can say, a small computer on a single integrated circuit containing a processor, core, memory, and a programmable input-output peripheral device. A microcontroller is a small computer on a single metal oxide semiconductor integrated chip. In modern terminology, we can say this is nothing but a family of CMOS, and the particular part of your nothing but your chip, integrated chip. And sophisticated way, we can say that system on chip, SoC may include a microcontroller as one of its component. A microcontroller contains one or more CPU, that is central processing unit, processor core, along with memory and programmable input output peripheral. Program memory in the form of ferroelectric RAM, NOR flash, or OTP-ROM is also often included on chip, as well as small amount of RAM. Microcontrollers are designed for embedded application is contrast of the microprocessor used in peripheral components or other general purpose application consisting of various discrete chip. Microcontrollers are used in automatically control product and devices such as automobile engine control system, implantable medical devices, remote control, office machines, appliances, power tools, toys, and other embedded system. By reducing the size and the cost compared to a design that uses a separate microprocessor, memory, and input-output device, microcontroller makes it economical to digitally control even more devices and processes. This is the part of your microcontroller. This is a simple definition of microcontroller. So microcontroller incorporate program memory, RAM memory, and input output resources. Internal on chip, that is a system on chip, is a part of your microcontroller. Microchip PIC series, Atmel, AVR series, NXP are the example of microcontroller. So what about the block structure of microcontroller? So as per the comparison of microprocessor, we can say here it includes particularly we have a CPU, clock, input output, then we have a program memory, data memory, and it have their own power supply. So as per the comparison of microprocessor, it is a combination of CPU, then it's a clock, then input output devices and program memory, and we have particularly data memory. And we require the external parts which has been interfaced with the microcontroller. A microcontroller is a single chip microcomputer made through VLSI fabrication. A microcontroller, also called an embedded controller, because the microcontroller and its support circuits are often built into or for designing the embedded circuit. The devices they control, like the internal input devices, may control, and their data, real-time data, is available at the output. So the microcontroller basically contain one or more following components. We can say that central processing unit, that is mentioned in the diagram, random access memory, that is a RAM, read-only memory, that is a ROM, input output ports, timer and control, interrupt control, analog to digital converters, digital analog converters means A to ADC and DAC, serial interface ports, oscillatory circuits. These are the components which are include a part of your microcontroller. Microcontroller internally consists of all features required for a computing system and functions as a computer without adding any external digital parts in it. Most of the pins in the microcontroller chip can be made programmable by the user. Microcontroller has many bit handling instructions that can be easily understood by programmer. It's easy to use by programmer. Microcontroller is capable of handling Boolean function as compared to the microprocessor. Higher speed of and performance on-chip ROM structure in the microcontroller provides better firmware security, easy to design with low cost and small size. This is all about the microcontroller, which is a part of your IoT. So we just discriminate or the differentiate between the microprocessor versus microcontroller. We have a general purpose microprocessor contain no RAM, no ROM, no input output devices. It means it have their own internal CPU devices, and it can be interfaced with the different RAM, ROM, input output, timer circuit, and serial COM port. So it means a complex circuit, and it is a vast circuit. It requires more time to perform the task as compared to the microcontroller. So as per the microcontroller has CPU, inbuilt CPU, that is a microprocessor, then it have their own RAM, it have their own ROM, then input output ports, timer, ADC, and other peripherals. So we can see here microcontroller includes CPU, RAM, ROM, IO. It's nothing but your input output ports, timer, and serial COM port. So these are the simple differentiation between the microprocessor and the microcontroller. So the microcontroller includes, as I already told you about that, a microcontroller includes CPU, central processing unit, PROM, that is programmable read-only memory or read-only memory, then RAM, random access memory for the data process, input output devices, input output like serial, parallel, ADC, DAC. These are the input output devices which may connected at the as an input port. Then timers to control the processing unit and processing time. Interrupt controller, if there are multiple tasks performed by the controller, then that task have their own priority. On the basis of priority, it have implement the function of interrupt control. So this is all about the microcontroller includes in their functionality. Microcontroller is a family of 8051. So we can say that 8051 family members is 8751, then 89C51, then 89C52, then we have EDS89C4X0. This is the microcontroller family, have 14 pins dedicated for various functions such as IO, read, write, address data, and then the interrupts. So as per the family of microcontroller, we can see the different functions come in a different package, such as their packages are different. So we can say that if it is available in the market, then it have a different package size, such as DIP, dual in package, then QFP, quad flat package, then LLC, leadless chip carrier. These are the package available in the market, and their structures are available in this picture and in the slides. Some companies provide the 20-pin version of the 8051 with a reduced number of IO ports for less demanding application. So we can say that as per the architecture and the structure of microcontroller, we can see here the microcontroller 8051 is designed by Intel in 1981. It is an 8-bit microcontroller. It has built with 40 pins DIP dual in package, dual in line package, 4 kilobyte of RAM storage, and 128 bytes of RAM storage, two 16-bit timer. It consists of our 4 parallel for 8-bit ports, which are programmable as well as addressable as per the requirement. An on-chip crystal oscillator is integrated in the microcontroller, having crystal frequency of 12 megahertz. We can see, as per the architecture of microcontroller, we will see the picture in the following diagram. The system bus connected all the support devices to the CPU. The system bus consists of 8-bit data bus, 16-bit address bus, and bus control signals. All other devices like program memory, port, data memory, serial interface, interrupt control, timer, and CPU are all interfaced together through the system bus. So this is the particular block structure and the block diagram of architecture or the block structure of microcontroller. We can see the pin configuration of microcontroller. We will see here the pin diagram of microcontroller. We have different pin configuration. We have VDD, supply voltage, that is 5 volt. Then we have VSS, that is ground. So we can see here pin 1 to 8. 1 to 8, these pins are known as port 1. This port doesn't serve any other function. It is internally pulled up bidirectional IO pins ports. Pin number 9 is a reset pin, which includes to reset the microcontroller to its initial value. Pin number 10 to 17, these pins are known as port 3. These ports several, so that also we'll see in the next slides also. So we have a port 1 0 1 2 3 4 8-bit bidirectional input ports. Reset RST input, it's reset the devices. PSEN, this is the pin that is nothing but your pin number 29. This is the PSEN pin, which stands for program storage enable. It is used to read a signal from the external programmable memory. Then we have a ALE pin or PROG, that is programmable. Address latch enable is the output signal for latching the low byte of address during the access to external memory. This pin is also programming pulse input for the flash memory. In other way, we can say that this is the ALE pin, which stands for address latch enable. It is used to demultiplex the address data signal of port. Then we have EA pin, pin number 30. This is the EA pin, which stands for external access input. It is used to enable or disable the external memory interface. Then we have XL80 or XL81 and XL82. This is nothing but your crystal containing pins to generate the clock period. This will provide the crystal frequency, which already indicate as an 12 megahertz for this particular microcontroller. So then we have particularly ports, pin P3.0. Pin 3.0 is indicated as a serial input port. Pin 3.1 is indicated as a serial output port. Pin 3.2 indicate as an INT0, that is external interrupt 0 input. Pin 3.3 is INT1, external input interrupt 1 input. Pin 3.4 is T0, that is external count input to the timer or counter 0. Pin P3.5 is indicated as a T1, external count input to the timer or counter 1. P3.6, this is nothing but your external data memory write strobe. Pin 3.7, this indicate as an RD, that is external data memory read strobe. So this all indicates as per the indicate in the red line. So this is about the alternate function of port 3. So what about the interfacing devices? The devices interface with microcontroller, that are nothing but your LED. Then we have speakers, buzzer, then switches, motors, LCD, 7-segment LED, ADC, DAC, and memory IC. We will interface means what? We will connect the devices with the microprocessor. And how it will get connected? So we have different ports as an input port and output port. Interfacing is one of the important concept in the microcontroller 8051, because the microcontroller is a CPU that can perform some operation on a data and give the output. However, to perform the operation, we need an input devices to enter the data, and in turn output device, it will turn as an output device, so display the result on a display unit, or it will indicate as an LED, or it will indicate as a speaker, or it will perform the task as a motor. So interfacing is a part to containing the exchange of information that proves to be easier to write the program. There are different types of input and output devices: LED, LCD, 7-segment, keypad, motors, and other, which is already indicated in this particular slides. What about the LED interfacing to the microcontroller? LED are the most commonly used in the many applications for indicating the output. They find huge range of application as indicator during the test of to check the validity of result at a different stage. They are very cheap and easily available in a variety of shape or in color and in size. The principle of LED, principle of operation of LED is a very easy. A simple LED also serve as a basic display device. It's on and off state expressing meaningful information about the device. The common available LEDs are 1.7 volt drop. That means when we apply above 1.7 volt, then diode conduct. The diode needs 10 milliampere current to glow with the full intensity. LED can be interfaced to the microcontroller in either common anode or common cathode configuration. Here we can say the LED are connected in a common anode configuration commonly. Configuration because the common cathode configuration consume more power as compared to the common anode. So as per the programming structure of LED, we have to assign that LED and then we will get the output. In the practical session, we will discuss about the practical which is required designed for the by using microcontroller, microprocessor, and then for the IoT application. Then we have a 7-segment display. The 7-segment display is the most common electronic display. It consists of 8 LED which are associated in a sequence manner so as to display digital from 0 to 9 when the proper combinations of LED are uh, combined, and then it will generate the proper number 0 to 9 in the form of a typical 7-segment look like as the part of your number or on a screen. The 7-segment display are used in a number of systems to display the numeric information. They can display one digit at a time. Thus, the number of segments used in the particular design, we can say we will generate the number on a display unit. We will discuss their structure and the program in the next class. LCD interfacing. LCD stand for liquid crystal display, which can display the character per line. Here 16 by 2 LCD display can display the 16 character per line, and there are 2 lines. In this LCD, each character is displayed 5 into 7 pixels matrix. LCD is very important device which is used for almost all automated devices such as washing machine and autonomous robot, power control system, and other devices. This is achieved by displaying their status on a small display module like 7-segment display, multi 7-segment LED, etc. The reason being the LCD are reasonably priceless. It means it is a cheap, easily programmable, and they have no limitations of displaying special character. It consists of 2 registers such as common or instruction register and data register. The command or the instruction register stored the command instruction gives to the LCD. The command is an instruction which is given to the LCD that perform a set of predefined tasks like initialization, clearing the screen, setting the cursor posing, and controlling the display, etc. These are the things. The data register stored the data to the display on LCD. The data is an ASCII value of the character to be displayed on the LCD. Operation of LCD is controlled by 2 commands. That is nothing but here we can say whenever RS is equal to 0 and read write pin will become 1, it reads the data, and when RS is equal to 1 and read write is equal to 0, it writes the data. So this is the way to interface the LCD. Then we have a motor. The motor is one of the most commonly used precise device as an output. The advantage of using a motor is that the angular position of the motor can be controlled without any feedback mechanism. The stepper motor are widely used in industrial and commercial application. They are also commonly used as an drive systems such as robot, washing machines, and etc. Stepper motor can be unipolar or bipolar, and we can say that a stepper motor commonly used as a unipolar in a microcontroller devices. So these are the things. Then we have a matrix keypad interfacing to the 8051, that is a matrix of a display. Then we have different devices. For example, we can say that ADC and DAC. Then we have a motor, a memory IC, and all. So this is all about the interfacing devices which are going to connect with the microcontroller. This is all about the microcontroller and the microprocessor related to the IoT devices. In next session, we will discuss about the robot and other functions which are going to a part of your IoT. Thank you very much.